What's happening? Good evening. This Fan's View, we are live. Facebook Live. Welcome. We got a different look this week. It's John. Mario has the night off. He's got some personal business to take care of. But we're here.
Yep, absolutely. It's all fun stuff for Mario, so nobody has to worry.
Yep. It's all fun till somebody gets hurt.
Right. Somebody doesn't win a vote.
But if he jumps on the page, you know he's live with you guys, and hey, we're talking Philly sports, and we're hoping to have a special calling guest that might add some interesting stuff to the show.
Yeah. Got some insight for us.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So here we are. We're back at Carl's Cards. And there's Mario. He's looks like the first one to jump on board.
There you go. Yep. Yo.
Dennis, what's up? Thanks for coming out last week. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
We were at Dagwood's Pub in the Great Northeast last Wednesday night, and great time.
Oh, it was amazing.
Great night. Great guest, Hollis Thomas.
Very enthusiastic.
Very outspoken.
Yes, he was.
Very outspoken, and he added a lot to our show. Jack immediately jumps on, and hopefully it's Fletcher calling to say he traded Jake.
Well,
I don't have that kind of power,
Not
so
that power.
it won't be Fletcher.
no.
But I like your enthusiasm, Jack.
Mm-hmm. How about that food last night or last week?
Oh, phenomenal. may have been the best burger I ever had.
Yeah.
I mean, just an incredible. Well, we knew that.
Yes.
We knew that. We had been there. We scouted them out.
Mm-hmm.
That's Dagwood's Pub up in the Northeast. Ed and Nikki were gracious hosts, and we're working on a date for January.
Yes. Yep.
Working on a date for January 2020. We're working on a guest as well. We're also working on a local State Farm agent up there to be on board with us.
Yeah. Big news.
We're waiting for the ink to dry on that contract.
Mm-hmm.
So we're pretty excited.
Oh yeah.
We're excited. We're back home here at the store for a couple of weeks. And those that are jumping on that aren't familiar with us, we're This Fan's View. We work out of Carl's Cards and Collectibles in Havertown, PA. We like to call it home. It's Delco. We've been here in the sports card and memorabilia business for 25 years, almost 25 years, getting very close to 25 years. So we work out of here when we're not on the road, and we've had a few locations that we've been, we've had fun at. We've got PJ Willihan's in Newtown Square. We'll be heading there in a couple of weeks, December 11th.
I think you'll have to answer that.
And
the Twitter message for our guest.
Excuse me one sec.
Yeah, we'll be at you were saying we'll be at PJ's for Christmas, December 11th.
December 11th,
with,
yes.
Chris Jenkins.
Yes.
Villanova Nation's going to take over the place. So it should be a fun time there. As always, we'll have a few,
we've got Chris Jenkins, we've got Santa Kringle, coming in. So
right.
It's going to be an exciting night there. We're doing. We've got a family that we're going to work with through the Ronald McDonald House,
which is very cool.
Yeah, so we've done that past years. Lauren has put that all together, so you can follow all that on This Fan's View. and also Carl's Cards, our homepage on Facebook. So yeah, it's we're excited. The holidays are a week away.
Yes, unbelievable.
Hard to believe.
Yes,
hard to believe. We're a week away from Thanksgiving Eve.
Yes,
and hopefully, if all things go well, we'll have Mario back.
Yes,
Mario has the night off. Nick Graff. He is. He's. As he says, I'm right here. I'm on my way to a meeting. Okay, so we got the Mario talk out of the way. Mario's on his way to a meeting, and he'll be back with us next week.
Yes.
So he's John. I'm Carl. If you got any questions, we'll be happy to entertain them. We've got a guest that's going to be calling in shortly. We're going to be giving away some autographed photos. Let's jump into the Eagles Nation.
Yes.
Eagles Seahawks.
It's gonna be a tough one. They're coming off the bye this week as well. So hopefully they have maybe a little bit of the Patriots let down. They were a little flat coming off the bye. But we're gonna have another tough quarterback here coming here with Russell Wilson going. So it's going to be a tough matchup, and it should be a good one. We just need to hopefully get our wide receivers hopefully this week. And
well, they were on the field practicing today.
Yes.
So if that's
Jeffrey was back,
if that's a good sign, hopefully we'll get some offense on the field.
I think maybe our lessons might be answered by Nelson Aguilar. Maybe has a knee boo boo, and we can get Greg Ward to step in and replace him. And since the Eagles are reluctant to put Ward out there without having an issue with Jeffrey, Alshon or Aguilar, Butterfingers. Maybe injured. Maybe we get him out there on the field to stretch the field because we'll need it.
So we'll can we put the Aguilar drop passes to rest if he catches the winning touchdown this weekend versus the Seahawks? Can we put that to rest?
No.
No slack. You're not giving them any.
There's just too much baggage there, that he hasn't. I mean, for one reception, is that going to make him?
Yeah, but one big one.
Oh, if it continues after that, yeah, we can. We'll see how things go. It's you got to show us. You got to show us here in Philly. You won the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and look at us now.
Yep.
We're an under 500 team ever since Dougie Peace said that this is the new norm. As I keep reminding you all the time.
As I take a swig of water.
It's they've had their injuries, but so has a lot of other teams. Uh-oh. Caught you at a bad time there. That one dug deep.
Yeah, you usually do.
I got good time. It's.
You are so positive, I can't stand it, huh?
Well,
how about that, huh? Coming from the home front.
Well, you know what? It's like Tyler was telling me when we were watching the game on Sunday. He's like, you're Negadelphia, and I'm like, I'm just realistic. You're just looking at the game, and you just see things happening that was slipping away. We were lucky. We were the defense stepped up well, which I was impressed by with the Patriots.
Come on, Nick Graff, you got to be more positive than that. You got to be more positive than that.
But you got that was a positive I could take out how the defense stepped up.
Defense played well.
They've
been playing well.
Right.
The past couple 2-3 games they're getting better and better and better.
Right. Which is what you need.
You got to get in Russell's face and give him, what do they call him, happy feet.
Right.
Get him dancing around back there.
But unfortunately, we don't need as much happy feet. We got to keep him in the pocket. Even though he's going to beat you in the pocket, but he could beat us pretty bad with his feet though too.
Yeah, but if you stretch him out, you know what I mean. I think you can slow him down. I don't. I think we can get him under control.
I think he's the top quarterback in the NFL.
He is. He's got the top. He's the top rated passer in the NFL. I get it.
But I mean,
I get it.
But the defense isn't the problem. It's the skill positions on offense.
Yep.
is where that and Dougie P not running the ball enough.
He's got to run the football, right? Got to run the ball.
I mean, for a guy that's all analytics as he is, 23-2 pretty much says enough to me that you win the game. You win 23 out of 25 games when you run the ball more times than you throw. What does that tell you?
So Jack wants to know if the defense played well or Brady had a bad game.
As we were saying, I think that was a little bit of wind conditions played a part in it. I think both quarterbacks weren't as accurate as they could be, especially what Carson has his moments when he's not as accurate normally at times. He was a little bit more so this week, but like I said, watching the game and seeing how Brady was just as inaccurate, I think that kind of lends credence to maybe the weather was a little bit more affecting the game than it showed on TV with the passing game.
I'm a lot like Tyler. I'm a Philly fan. I'll always root for my team.
That's what I tell him.
Realist, negative, positive. You can't take the field, and think that you're beaten before you even,
Oh no, I don't say no. I don't say
break the huddle, because one or two plays can make the difference in the game.
Oh, of course. No. I'm not saying I'm not being negative as far as that we were losing. I'm there all the full. But
I mean, I get it.
It's just like my kids will tell you, I'm tough.
Yeah.
On them, I expect more out of you. And just being okay is not good enough. And I think that's in the coaching staff a little bit. That because we hear Matt Collins, he keeps getting graded out positives every week.
You read too much into all that, though.
Well, but that and saying how Nelson Aguilar is doing good. He's fine. He's not catching the ball. I look at results, not so it's you gotta. And I don't look to make excuses. Aguilar drops the ball in the end zone there, and he falls and lands on his knee. Did he get banged up? Yeah, maybe he did a little bit, but he's acting like he was dying out there. It's you missed it. He doesn't track a football well when the ball's in the air. To me, it's and that's where he lacks, if you ask me.
Keep going.
He runs his route, and if the ball's not right at that dot, he's like, well, I did my job. Why wasn't the ball thrown where it was supposed to be? Where other guys will make adjustments a little bit.
Well, we've certainly singled out how bad Aguilar has been.
Well, the whole wide receiving
for a very long time. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not over one game. It's not over one season.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a problem.
Pretty much since day one.
Absolutely. As Joe Stinger says, you're paid to catch the football.
Right.
You're paid a lot of money to catch the football, and you keep coming up with, an excuse, whatever it may be.
Right.
Like
Jerry Nalen said, he looks like a little leaguer trying to catch a pop-up for the first time. When the ball is thrown.
It's there's certainly I don't even know if the word improvement is there. I don't know. I think you see what you got.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? I just don't know that he's ever going to be a big playmaker. And how many weeks do we have left?
We got 6 more weeks.
We got 6 games left, and if he plays in all 6, the chances are we'll
have 12 catches.
He'll be playing for another team next year.
I don't know about that.
I do.
They keep the way they keep talking about him. They love him.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Are you talking about the same guy, or did I?
No.
No.
Well, him and Matt Collins, they love both of them. So I mean, it's one of those things. It's tough.
It's a tough. We've beaten up a lot of these guys. For various reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They've stuck with Matt Collins through multiple injuries.
Right.
Got him healthy. He's on the field. They're not making any plays.
No.
Are they not able to get open?
Yeah, I don't think they're fast enough.
Is that part of the problem?
I do think, teams come in and they look at our wide receivers and they're not afraid of them. The only one that they were afraid of is Jackson with the speed, and it's just a matter of how long can he stay on the field, Jackson?
So I've got another hockey guy checking in from Michigan. He goes, Don, try living in Detroit.
Well,
yeah. I had another message from a friend in Washington. He goes, try being a Washington Redskins fan.
Well, I mean, they're in trouble. But, it's kind of the way the NFL is, though. There's a lot of bad teams, and you get stuck. If we don't do well this year, it's going to get even worse in the next couple of years. Because of not drafting well. Like we keep saying when we're talking during the week, this is the Phillies all over again. The only difference is.
Excuse me while I shake my head. Scratch my head, shake my head, bang my head.
The only difference is Howie Roseman didn't say, if we don't make the playoffs, we don't make the playoffs. I mean, that's
please tell me that's not coming.
I mean,
please.
I think he's smart enough, and he learned from McPhail's problems or mistakes there that he won't say that, but. I mean, that's basically what happened, because we needed. You can see it. We needed wide receiver help. There was wide receivers out there that could have helped us at the trade deadline, and we got nothing.
So Jay Ajayi will save our season.
We'll see.
Does he get on the field this week?
I know he was just there as an emergency there, John. I don't know. It's. Well, teams are afraid of Ertz, and Goddard, but the ones that take Ertz away is Peterson and the play calling. We don't get enough, balls for Ertz.
So, top 3 things that we need to do this Sunday to win. Top 3. You can go 1, 2, 3, or you can go 3, 2, 1. Give me your 3 points on how we win this game.
Well, run the ball.
So the run pass combination has to be more run, less pass.
Yeah, and also maybe even a combination of a little bit of run and screen passes with Sanders to get up against their linebackers. And get Ertz involved more, because.
So is this 2, or is this still part of 1?
No, this is 2.
This is 2.
Yeah, get our tight ends need to have a big game, because Seattle's a little bit, if you can get to their defenses through by the tight ends, and then the big thing is stopping Russell Wilson, because he's got a beast on the outside there in Metcalf that should have been an Eagles wide receiver, and he probably has something to prove that the Eagles passed him over and took JJ Arcega Whiteside. He's got more names than catches this year.
How did I know that was going to be thrown into conversation?
But yeah, I mean, those are probably the big things, because our defense really, has improved a lot. Once we got Darby and Mills there, to settle things down a little bit, and the running games, they've been able to hurt. Jernigan's back. It helps with that, with the running game and stuff. So that hasn't really been a problem.
So we're pretty much on the same page as running the ball.
Mm-hmm.
We hopefully Howard's back on the field,
right?
Mixed in with Jay Ajayi,
right? And Sanders
and Sanders doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Our version of the three-headed monster,
right?
That kind of thing. Getting Ertz and Goddard, 1 and 1A,
right?
As your tight ends. I just think we don't utilize them enough.
No.
And I don't know if it's a situation where, if you're telling me that Ertz is getting double teamed,
which he's not.
I haven't seen it.
No. He might get high load a little bit.
Is Carson not looking his way as much? For all the criticism of, that's the only guy he throws to. He's tired of hearing that.
I mean, that could be part of it.
I need the tight ends my running backs and tight ends have to pick up the slack from the wide receivers.
Oh, absolutely.
I look for,
and even Sanders out of the slot, maybe even, or
utilize them like you did Darren Sproles all these years.
Couple wheel
plays. He's a special player.
Mm-hmm.
He's got speed.
Oh.
You know what I mean? He can do things in the open field.
He can catch the ball.
I just think we need to game plan this thing a little bit better.
Right.
My faith is in Schwartz and his defense, that we can again shut down, a top quarterback. You know what I mean?
Or at least contain them.
Well, contain them. You're
right.
not
going to shut them down.
You're not going to shut them down.
But contain them, and that's.
But you need to shut them down from making big plays.
Right.
You can't let them make big plays, and you got to keep him off the field.
Right. Which goes back to the running game. It helps keep them off the field.
See, there's Jack. I love Jack's enthusiasm. Eagles by 10 this week.
There you go.
Huh?
That'd be nice.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
That would be nice.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like it, Jack.
I would like to see that. Like we were saying, if between the two, this Patriots game and this game, maybe 1 out of 1. And, if anything, it would be better to lose the Patriots game just because it's not a conference game. It's
well, I have faith that they can win. I know it's a great opponent. It's a great quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
The defense is playing well. The offense needs to step up.
All right. Well, that's the thing. Just like they did
the offense
with the Packers,
needs to step up. There's no question about that.
Like Peterson did. It was a short week. He ran the ball more with the the Packers game, and you were able to win.
I think if Howard had been healthy this past Sunday, I think the outcome would have been different. I really do. I think he saw that he didn't have a running game, and he got a little. I'm not going to use the word scared, but he got away from
Mm-hmm.
Doing what he did early on, and I think it hurt him. I think it came back to bite him.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely did. I mean, going away from the run game.
These coaches, they have these magical egos, and outthink, the game, outthink the other coach.
Right.
I see some of these coaches around football, and I just shake my head.
Oh, yeah.
Some of these decisions that they make.
Absolutely.
And it's just,
Yeah, it's tough.
You know,
you're watching, and just thumb plays. I mean, look at pulling Kelsey out as a wide receiver.
I'm still,
you know what I mean? It's like, what was that all about? It's like it's on his brother to being a tight end. I mean,
it's I don't know what that was all about.
It's just,
Yes, Nick Graff, he is very like Andy Reid, but guess what? Doug's got a Super Bowl, so
yes,
so
he does have that.
He does have a Super Bowl, and Reid is Big Red is still chasing his. So, it's we're almost halfway through the show. It's been all
wow.
It's been all Eagles talk.
Well, we knew it was going to be a big Eagles talk.
All Eagles talk.
Yeah.
Which there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
it's a heavy dose of football.
Right.
Heavy dose of football. We're going to continue it with hopefully when our guest calls in.
Mm-hmm.
But let's shift gears a little bit here. And any Phillies news? Have you heard anything? I mean, what's going on out there?
I think we're close to getting a hitting coach.
Hitting coach, yes. Hitting coach. We need a hitting coach.
Yes. I think that's getting narrowed down. Hi,
Belinda. Thanks for joining us.
And, we'll see. I mean, that should help things out there a little bit. Getting that taken care of and seeing if Gabe's going to take any of the other coaches away from us that we had.
So rumor has it that the hitting coach is going to be coming out of Washington.
Yeah.
The assistant hitting coach, Joe Dillion.
Right.
And he's got some pretty heavy
out of the box thinking.
So if you guys like Gabe and his analytic endeavors, I hear this guy's pretty heavy with the analytics. So this should be interesting.
Well, deep thinking, meditation, probably. Imagine you're hitting the ball, just hit it. But you know what? If he's the guy, and Washington had a pretty good success hitting the ball.
They did.
So
they did. So if we
the approach that they had, I'll take that approach.
If we can get a little bit of that,
I'll take that approach.
We'll take that all day long.
We've been calling for that line drives up the middle.
Yep.
Hitting the hitting the gap to gap.
Yep.
That's what we need. The ball's going to go out of the ballpark. It's just a matter of.
So I think I'll let you take that because you're right there with those decisions.
Yeah, that Rule 5 draft, Stephanie, is going to be
8:00, right?
Yeah,
they got to submit the 40-man.
Yeah, we got a couple buddies. Derek Hall is going to be one of the guys. Davey's probably going to be another one that's going to be up there.
So for anybody jumping on and not know where we just went, the Major League Baseball, the teams have to submit their 40-man roster by 8:00 tonight. And the Phillies, I believe,
they were at 35.
They were at 35, right?
But I mean, they could be under. I mean, who's going to be
right? Yeah, who they're going to protect,
right? From their minor league system,
right.
On that 40-man roster.
Yes. So hopefully a lot of our friends and
I think your son Connor is going to be fine. I think he's got a year or two left before he's on that Rule 5.
They're talking about Connor Brogdon being a potential bullpen piece.
Oh, he rose to the ranks last year.
Yeah, so we'll keep our He
was a starter in Lakewood last year and moved up, and he's loving the job now. And talking to him when he was in Trenton there, and he really likes the bullpen now, and he's got a nice arm.
Well, if you can mentally prepare for that,
right? Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's not a bad gig.
No,
it's not a bad gig. These kids are making a lot of money coming out of the bullpen nowadays.
Exactly.
Past years, it wasn't that cool.
Right. And you're able to
Jack, you're tough. Do they have 40 players worth protecting?
Well, they got they have some guys.
Yeah, great point, Stephanie.
Yeah, Davies
on the 40
right,
man because he was called up in September.
Right.
So
just a matter if they're
going to keep him on the 40 man,
right.
And protect them, this winter.
But it's
Stephanie, we need to have her on the show. She's right on top of this stuff.
Oh yeah.
After the 2020 season, he will be Rule 5. So she's she's got this all figured out.
Well, he came out of college, so it was he's a little bit more advanced, and he has less years, I guess, because of the college terms. But yeah, he's definitely a name. He was in AAA. He got all the way up to AAA last year.
Yep.
He had a short stint there in Redden, and then went right up to AAA to finish up the season. I was actually thinking he might actually get called up there for the September call-ups. The way he was going there, if he would have been a nice young arm to come out of the bullpen.
So before we drift away on this Phillies conversation, not a lot of free agent signings. I guess the Braves signed Will Smith.
Yes.
Away from San Francisco, which was somebody that they had
eyes on
he right away. He was
probably the top reliever coming out of the bullpen.
And the Braves have already re-signed some of their free agents.
4 other guys, yeah.
So they've been very active.
Yeah.
No one else really. I mean, I haven't seen anything. Have you?
No, it's been slow. Again, it's baseball's got to figure this thing out with the compensation thing. I think that holds a lot of things up. If these guys that have
the owners are meeting this week,
right,
and they're trying to figure out, I guess, if the cap's going to be increased. So that's where we're at this week with the owners' meetings in Arizona.
Is that where it's at? I'm not.
Last week, the general managers were in Vegas. So. We're in the off season of baseball, and hopefully things continue to progress. But
no, you're fine. It's gonna couple on, sorry.
Okay. So hopefully the Phillies, they got to get aggressive, right?
We're going to have a big off season. We need it.
We got to get aggressive.
Lost them there.
Yeah, I like it better when they're all on the page.
Right.
What'd you do to me?
I guess you have to go back.
Me and going back don't.
But if you get the.
There we go.
You go. Yeah, I mean we're gonna need 3 starters this year. At least two starters. We're gonna need to get free agency. I would like to see a third one. Here.
Well, I think the one that they need to jump on early is the local guy, number 35, Cole Hamels.
Yes.
He's already made the comment that he's willing to take a short deal.
Right.
1, possibly 2 years to come back to Philadelphia and finish his career.
Oh, yeah.
San Diego for the winter meetings. That's coming up, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the December winter meetings.
Right. So I'd love to see them, I don't know, what's it going to take? 8, 9, 10 million?
Yeah, maybe 9 to 10 million.
Right.
Maybe a 2 year, 1 year with the club option, or
2 year deal. Bring them back.
Right.
Fan favorite, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's a no brainer.
Yeah, he slots nice into the 4 and 5, and
you know what I mean. Then you go after one of the big arms. You go after one of the big guys.
Strasburg and Wheeler. Take the 2 of them, and leave Cole out there for everybody else to go spend billions of dollars on.
I'm all in. Sign me up.
Get those 3 guys. Our bullpen will look a heck of a lot better with those.
Well, sure, you're going to get an automatic 6 innings
right.
out of any of them guys.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's what you need. You need to pitch into the 7th inning.
All right.
And then let your 7, 8, 9 guys figure it out in the bullpen.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Strasburg, Wheeler, Nola, Cole Hamels, and Eflin. With Arrieta there floating around.
What are they waiting for?
There you go.
John Middleton got to close these deals too this year.
You may have to. Like we said, Clintack's good at making the trades. That's if you go at those three names. If those are the guys that you're going to use as just buying as free agents, or
right.
Maybe it's only one of those guys. Maybe it's a Zach Wheeler, and then you go make a trade out of that, and then still have Cole Hamels as your third. It might, there's a lot of options. It's just a matter of what do we want to do moving forward.
Well,
there's a lot of position players even on this year.
I don't think things are going to wait till late.
We can't.
You know what I mean? I think we need to be aggressive early.
Well, the Phillies do, because they have a lot of moves that they need to make.
Yep.
So
Yep.
wait until March, late February into March.
Joe Stinger says, "Get that jet plane in the air."
Mm-hmm. We'll be monitoring that like the Santa Claus flying across on Christmas Eve.
Hey, speaking of Santa, we're gonna be with them December 11th at
Yes.
PJ Willahan's along with Chris Jenkins. So mark that date down. December 11th, we're gonna have a Christmas party like none other.
Yes.
Out at PJ Willahan's. We got some inside. We got the best Santa.
Yes.
We got the best. I can't emphasize that enough.
No.
Anybody that wants to follow our guy, Santa Kringle, he's on Facebook. He does a great job year round. He's been out there. He's the best.
What's better than to come out and watch a live show?
Right.
This fans view.
Right.
Get a free photo with Santa
Pump
Claus.
it up. Come on, let's go.
You get a free
Pump it up
with Santa.
Pump it up.
No lines at the mall. You're there getting Santa pictures.
Free photos. Free raffle prizes.
Right.
Huh?
2 free raffles.
Come on.
Pump
it up.
Exactly.
Pump it up.
And then on top of that, you got Chris Jenkins.
What he do?
I don't know. I think there was something a couple of years ago in 2016. Some kind of miracle shot that he threw up.
Yes, he did.
Won the buzzer beater or something like that. Was that what it was?
Nick Graff throwing some love your way that you could pass in a Santa suit.
I probably could now. I'm a little too ugly compared to the
Ryan Hannigan. Hopefully, you're going to join us that night, buddy.
Yeah,
we can toast. We can toast with Santa Claus. But yeah. So the Phillies in free agency and hopefully week by week we'll have some news to report, right?
Yeah, I mean we better. Like I said, because I mean it's like one of John's asking, what about Franco? Like you got two Franco lovers here, but unfortunately, I think we both figured out that they're going to have to let him go for the best for him and for the Phillies. May not be the best for the Phillies, but for Franco, I think he needs to move on to get the respect that he deserves.
Well, I just think they use the old cliche, that you need a fresh start.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think
change of scenery will work for him.
He needs a fresh start. He needs to go somewhere where he can showcase his talents and they'll have faith in him and respect his ability. I think he can still pick it.
Oh yeah.
He needs to clean up his at bats. But no, we've shown him love for a number of years.
Right.
He's got a couple of big fans. Right here.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
We'll miss him.
We've grown up with a lot of these guys through the minors.
Right.
You know what I mean? And watched them. We thought our guy Matt Stairs had Franco straightened out a couple of years ago.
He did.
And things just didn't follow suit. I think he would have been the perfect hitting coach for a lot of these young guys.
Yeah.
Well,
he's still in the mix.
You know,
he's gonna have.
He'll be back.
Matt's gonna have he's gonna have a uniform on.
He'll be back in baseball.
He's
another one of our guys. We love Matt.
Yeah.
Matt's been very good to us, and good to the show, and been to the store a number of times. But let's kind of move on.
Yeah.
The Flyer segment is not a good one right now.
Well, Morgan Frost had a nice day.
Yes, he did.
Congratulations
the
to him.
debut of Morgan Frost this year, the debut of Joel Faraday.
Yeah.
I guess a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean the young guys are
it's the young guys. It's the young guys producing,
right? And
our veterans can't get out of their own way.
Yeah. What do we say? We had a $22 million third line.
I don't know.
It's they get themselves on track a little bit. Maybe that'll work out with them. But I do like the young guys.
They're talented.
Right.
They're talented. I don't know what the status of Nolan Patrick is. You throw him into the mix with Konechny, along with Faraday, along with Frost. I think the future really is bright. We need to get a leader. We need somebody.
Right.
We need to. You need to show by example. I thought by bringing Kevin Hayes in, that this,
well, like we said before, we might have to trade Giroux, or
I don't know
take the sea off of him.
I don't know who's going to take on those contracts. It's difficult in hockey to move those big contracts. But hey, has everybody heard the news in hockey today?
Yeah.
Mike Babcock got fired from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Are you kidding me? How does that happen? I'm a huge Mike Babcock fan. What happened? What happened in Toronto? I haven't had a chance to get on the NHL channel to find out what happened, but
yeah,
that's crazy.
It's shocking for
that's crazy with all that talent up there.
Yeah.
It's they had a what? They had a Hartnell Humberger type trade with Jake. I'm sorry, I can't keep. I mean, yeah, it's. What's this mean here? Insufficient permission. I didn't ask. I didn't ask to do anything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a tough life being a coach.
Boy, I guess I didn't realize how bad Toronto got off to a slow start, but I thought they were going to figure this out.
Right.
They're talented. That's a talented squad. And when I'm not rooting for the Flyers, I'm rooting for the Leafs.
Yeah, it's your second team.
I just I can't figure that one out. But let's not get off the rails here. You know what I mean with the Flyers. I just think and I guess the coach is trying to call out these veterans.
Well, I mean, he's doing it the right way. He likes them as people, but he needs more out of them as players.
Yeah.
What's wrong with the Eagles coaches saying that about Aguilar? Could be a great guy, but we need him to catch the damn ball.
Yeah.
That's.
Now we got John. He wants G to go. Jack wants Jake to go. It's
but
trading in hockey's difficult, especially with these $8, $9, $10 million contracts.
It may be, but isn't it time though to? We've already seen what these guys can do, Voracek and G. I'm not that they're good.
I'm not here to disagree. I'm not disagreeing. I want to win
and let these young guys take over. And
I want to win. I want to get into the playoffs. I want to get back to the playoffs.
And let Hayes maybe take over as the leader.
If that be the case, I guess Nick Graff's saying, they brought the young guy in, much like, they've done everywhere else in hockey. I guess Detroit did it. Pittsburgh has done it. They're bringing their young coaches up. But Babcock, I thought, was the man. I thought he was, he's done it. in the past. And, I guess maybe he doesn't work so well with these young players.
Right.
So, but
yeah, maybe because what was it last year? One of the top guys was let go too, wasn't it? I forget his name. Was he went to Florida or Miami?
Oh, the guy that we were trying to break loose from Chicago.
Yes.
We just faced them last night. My brain's my brain's swallowed up now.
He won what 2-3 Stanley Cups and he's let
won
go.
He won in Chicago and Jack's saying to let one of these guys go, you're going to have to take on somebody else's problem. But what do you do? I mean, these guys, JVR's got a fresh new contract.
Right.
Jake's probably still got 2 or 3 years left. Same thing with Giroux. I mean, Giroux scores a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
Scores a lot of points. He's a playmaker, wins a lot of faceoffs. I just don't. I mean, I don't understand. You go through all these coaches, all these systems, made all these changes, and the end result is still the same.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Well, maybe G should be a captain and step down.
Yeah, Coach Joel Quenneville.
Quenneville,
yeah. Thanks, Nick. 4 years left for Jake. I mean, what are you doing there?
Right.
4 years, you're gonna be, we're banging our heads against the wall every game.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Jack's gonna get gray hair.
Oh, Jack. they're gonna commit Jack and I both.
But I mean, it's maybe G's just got to step down as the captain and just be a role player on the team.
Michael Taylor makes a great point. I realize it. They're ahead of last year. What do? Relax. It's difficult to relax when all your money's tied up in these veteran guys and they're not producing. Your rookies, your young guys are gonna, they can't keep up this pace.
That and plus, how many years? Hockey's I follow, but I'm not as on it as I am with baseball. But how many years do we see the Flyers before January 1st being one of the top teams, and then all of a sudden they're gone? It's like they end up being one of the bottom teams in the league.
The pieces are in place, and I understand what Mike Taylor is saying about relax, calm down. You got a lot of young players.
Well,
you need to mold this together. You need to have the right veterans.
True.
You bring in guys.
Mm-hmm.
To complement these young kids. And is it working? I thought we were going to have the two best lines in hockey when the season started.
Right.
Now those guys have been demoted to the third line, and it's just not happening.
Right.
We need to relax. You're absolutely right. We need to relax. It's a long season. But you're going through a tough stretch now. You lost 4 in a row. You're in Carolina tomorrow night. That's not an easy game.
No.
That's not an easy game at all.
And they're letting Carter Hart out there a little bit to hang himself a little bit. And some were his fault.
Brian Elliott came in last night and cleaned things up, but they weren't able to get back in the game.
Right.
They fought the fight.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get down 4-1, it's tough.
Right.
It's tough.
Yeah.
So, we are missing Nolan Patrick. Absolutely. Jack said he's dealing with headaches.
Yeah.
Migraines. I don't know. They were blaming his wisdom teeth. I don't know. There's a lot to be said.
Yeah, Moniak had that issue with the Phillies, so.
Yep.
And he turned his season around after.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely. Thank God it is a young season, and,
right.
And we're only 20 in, and but we there's a few games there that we haven't looked very good.
No,
we have not looked good, and you need to. How do you shake these veterans? I mean, they're getting paid a lot of money.
Yeah,
they're getting paid too much money not to produce.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it is? The headaches are from a concussion? I mean, he's had a concussion for a while. I mean, that's a lot.
Right.
But he'll get it figured out. He'll get it figured out. We're talking Nolan Patrick, good young player. He was what, this second
pick.
Overall pick
Right.
a couple of years ago. They're not consistent, Joe Stinger. They're not consistent, and that's where you need your veteran guys to step up. This Hayes guy was playing, with his pants on fire earlier in the season, and I just don't see it now.
Now, yeah, his name hasn't been around.
I don't see it, and you need to get in the corner and win these puck battles.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You need to get in front of the crease. Who did it for years? Scott Hartnell.
Yeah.
Scott Hartnell. Simmons,
yeah.
Those guys did it for forever. They made a living camping out.
Yeah.
Now all we do is take slap shots and shots from the point, and they end up being blocked, and the goalie doesn't even have to make a save.
Right.
But anyway, I mean, it's we're going to relax. We're going to have good positive vibes that the Flyers are, going to get back,
Well,
we're going to get you more involved with hockey talk.
Oh, I love it. I love the hockey talk. It's we used to have season tickets for a long time.
So we're problem with Jake, Hayes, and JR is they are what? Slow. Oh, okay. So we paid them all this money to be slow,
right?
I don't know that that's the right line combination for those three. I think they're being punished, and the coach is trying to light a fire, possibly, and I hope it works.
Right.
I hope it works.
So they could be the Eagles' wide receivers being slow.
And
they got better hands.
So we got pitchers that can't pitch. We've got wide receivers that can't catch. We've got hockey players that are too slow.
And we got basketball players that can't shoot.
And we got basketball players that need the night off.
Right. Or shoot.
For load management.
That's Philadelphia sports wrapped up in a nutshell.
We just covered it all in 30 seconds. Right?
Like we said, it's all Philadelphia teams are all the same.
The Sixers are on. They're playing the Knicks tonight. I would think it's a 20-point blowout, but what do I know?
Yeah,
what do I know?
The Knicks are hanging in right
we got the same problems with Ben Simmons not wanting to shoot.
Right.
He's not the complete player.
Yeah.
Was he worth that $180 million contract?
Unfortunately, in basketball, he probably was, as far as the player, but
I mean, he's got great.
Just because they couldn't spend it on another player, so
I get it. I get it.
So to keep the team,
they paid him an awful lot of money.
Oh yeah,
they paid him an awful lot of money.
Yeah,
it's. I mean, he does a lot of things on the court.
Right.
You know what I mean? Shooting is not one of them.
Exactly.
Does he make the players, his teammates around him better? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They were comparing him to Magic Johnson when he first came into the league. I don't know that that's the case.
And the funny thing is, you see him shooting on videos, unless it's just a loop and it's the same shot all the time that he makes the one. I mean, he can do it, and it's not even like he's at the 3-point line. He's back 10 feet past the 3-point line. So it's, it's just a mental thing, and that's a lot of Philadelphia thing. It's a mental issues.
I don't know.
I don't know. Mental toughness.
I don't know where they're at. You know what I mean? That's a complete mystery right now.
And is in shape. To be able to play. You would have thought after last year with the playoffs, he would have.
Here's Jack's 2 cents. Basketball team can't shoot. Hockey team can't score. Football team can't catch, and baseball team can't pitch. There's Philly sports.
Yeah. That's it.
And John wants to make a T-shirt.
Right.
Get the presses rolling.
Yeah.
Nah, come on. It's a long season. We got high hopes, right? We got high expectations.
Absolutely.
Right?
Well,
It's Philly sports, right? It's like this all the time.
right.
Right?
If you don't want to have high hopes, then go to Washington or for football anyway.
I mean,
go to Detroit.
Philly sports, priceless.
Right.
Absolutely. I wouldn't trade it for anything else.
No.
You know what I mean? I'm an old guy. I go back many years. You know what I mean? So, I've seen a lot of bad baseball teams.
Well, as our wide receiver coach says, Mike Rowe, no excuses.
I don't have any.
No,
I don't have any.
Don't make excuses. You go out there and play and give it your all, and
the guy that sat behind the vet for years used to holler, everybody hits, right?
Woohoo!
Everybody hits. We got various. We got the sign man at the Flyers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's been putting up his signs for I don't know how many years.
Right.
So by my clock, it's 7:26, and our guest that was supposed to call in could possibly still call in. He's got 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Chances are he's not. So we're being stood up. Which won't be.
He's got the time delays. You might be a little off on that.
I guess, but I did go over the ground rules.
Right.
Yep. But we great show, great interaction by you guys. I love all the comments and questions, and you guys are in tune. You guys are on top of Philly sports as much as we are, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has their sport that they're attracted to, but you all follow all of them, which is great.
Yeah. That's what makes Philadelphia perfect.
Right? It's Philly sports.
Right.
It's priceless.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe Stinger, can we use that slogan? Can we get you to sign off on that? How's the weather in Florida? It's warmed up a little bit here, but I'm sure it's probably 70, 80 degrees down there underneath the palm trees as you sit and smoke one of your one of your nice little Cubans. Right? Sitting there, you got your feet up, drinking your coffee, smoking a good cigar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where are we at? What's the countdown to spring training? Got to be under 100 days now, right?
I was going to say, I think it was 98. I think the last I saw was like
under 100 days to spring training. 72 degrees in where are you, Joe Stinger? You're in Brownsville, Florida, which is up north a little bit, I guess, right? I think it's an hour north of Clearwater, I want to say.
Oh, that's pretty warm then for
in the evening having a moose head. Gotta love you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. In about a half hour, I'm going to have a couple of Miller Lights. So, but in closing,
nice
hopefully. I want to thank our guest. Oh no, he didn't call in, so I don't have to thank him.
No,
we got stood up, but that's okay. We were willing, able, and ready to Brooksville. What did I say?
Brownsville?
Brooksville. Sorry. Thank you, Sue, for correcting me. Brooksville, Florida is the home for Joe Stinger, who was a resident up here in Delco for 40-plus years and has become one of our big fans down in Florida now.
Yeah.
But we will be back again next week here at the store, bringing you all this good stuff, Philly sports at its finest. Don't forget our fantasy football contest that we got going on. We've got the Corey Clement autographed Super Bowl mini helmet going this week. We've got 20-plus already.
Yep, we're over 20 already this week.
We've got
they're all coming out from my head.
We've got a strong commitment already this week, so we're looking.
Yep.
We're looking for some more players. You got till 6:00 tomorrow night, right? Thursday night at 6:00. So we'll be back.
Should be an interesting Thursday night game.
It should.
Colts and Texans.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you watch Monday night
I did.
from Mexico?
I did.
That was a good game.
That was
a good game. Big Red snuck that one.
Yeah.
Snuck that in the win column.
And neither team really. I mean, it was a good game, but nobody wanted to win the game with the turnovers.
Yeah.
Philip Rivers must have bet against them, against the the Chargers.
So I want to thank John for sitting in tonight.
No problem.
He's usually along with us or behind the scenes on location at various live shows, but he's sitting in tonight for Mario, who had some personal business to tend to. I hope that all goes well, and he wins the seat again.
Absolutely.
But I want to thank everybody again for joining us. It's the fastest hour in Philly sports.
Yes, that one fast.
Every Wednesday night. But I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Dagwood's Pub. I want to thank State Farm. I want to thank PJ Willihan's, Collegeville Bakery. I want to thank Lauren, who does all of our social media, constantly on us to make things better.
Exactly.
This guy does a whole lot of work for us. So again, I want to thank everybody and have a great night, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Sounds good.